to see what the two coaches have said to their respective teams. Both new coaches, of course. Very well-rounded squad indeed, and such is the case. That has lifted the spirits of all the Valencia supporters. They truly believe that their club can like Valencia perhaps have. Easy to see why. And there is the club owner at the helm. Anil Murthy now taking over as the new president after Chan Lei-hoon. Bookings, and no doubt Las Palmas players will be aware of that, but certainly wouldn't want to see another player being dismissed. There have been some challenges, none really too feisty, bar the one that saw Alen Halilovic sent off in the 34th minute. Knee-high boot connecting with Jose Luis Gaya. Impressive debut, I have to say, from Jonathan Cayeri. He has really worked hard going forward for Las Palmas, but having said that, the curse of the commentator gives it away almost straight away over on that far right side for Las Palmas, and the ball through for Zaza. The tackle goes in. Chimo Navarro, and the referee says it was a foul. Didn't win the ball. What colour will the card be? It's yellow. Got to be relief for the new central defender in the Las Palmas ranks, Chimo Navarro, protesting his innocence, saying he won the ball. I was wondering if he thought he might see red, but of course you can see there quite clearly Pedro Bigaz was back, nowhere near the last man. Oof, dear, oh dear, I think he won the ball there. Zaza delighted, he's been involved in all kinds of things this evening. I think Chimo Navarro got his foot on top of the ball there, but maybe connected ever so slightly with Zaza's leg beforehand. Nevertheless, doesn't matter what I think, it's what the referee Jesus Gil Manzano thinks, and he felt that was a foul. Valencia have a free kick, 21 metres and a diagonal Danny Parejo up and over the wall, up and over the bar and onto the top of the net. 3rd minute of the second half. Valencia register their first shot at goal of the second period. And those fans away to our right behind the goal, really enjoying what they're seeing here so far. It's been a really good attacking display. I'll say with the arrival of the likes of Gabriel Paulista and indeed Murillo reinforced the defence, and of course Fabian Orellana making his move permanent from Celta, so all looking very good down here. That's a good ball out wide. João Cancelo just deftly bringing it out of the air and then looking to take on Dani Castellano. Whips it into the near post. Just put wide by Rodrigo coming in. If he could have got the deftest of touches, deft being the word of the moment, deft touch from Cancelo. A deft touch needed there, but got too much on it from Rodrigo. Put it wide, just under 36,000 here tonight. Holds around 50,000 Mestalla. As I say, August, the month of holidays. So not too surprising that quite a number of empty seats. 10:15 kick-off local time to avoid the heat too. Of course, plenty of action still to come. Leganés beating Alaves in this season opener by a 1-0 earlier this evening. 3 games tomorrow, 3 on Sunday, and 2 games on Monday night. A slightly unusual calendar, but that is given the exceedingly warm temperatures across the Iberian Peninsula of late. All the games kicking off relatively late, and I have to say tomorrow's game between Celta and Real Sociedad at 6:15 might be a warm affair. Slightly cooler perhaps up in Galicia, however. Big game at 8:15 local time up in Montilivi in Catalonia. Girona, their first ever game in the Spanish top flight, now linked, associated to Manchester City. They take on Atletico de Madrid, and Sevilla against Espanyol follows that one at 10:15. And then Sunday, of course, Barca and Real Madrid make their bows. 8:15 Barca Betis, 10:15 Depor Real Madrid, and that comes after Athletic against Getafe, back in the first division at the first time of asking. Los Azulones, a bit of a mix-up there between Ezequiel Garay and Nacho Vidal. Certainly no fault of Nacho Vidal, and you can see there Garay just saying to his young teammate, apologies all round. Nevertheless, it is a corner, and the second corner of the game for Las Palmas away to our left. Jonathan Vieira will take it right-footed. If Las Palmas are going to make any inroads, set pieces could well be the way forward, of course. Playing with 10 against a very well-drilled Valencia side under Marcelino. Perhaps set pieces are the way that Las Palmas may well cause the home team trouble. Let's have a see here as Vieira lifts it up and over to the far post, well headed away. Vitola will try and recover. Trying to turn away from Rodrigo over on that far side, may well be forced back. He is indeed, goes back to David Simon. Launches it up towards the edge of the area, controlled by Cayeri. Cayeri interchange of passes with Lemos, who's in an advanced position, and in the end, the striker on loan from Deportivo Maldonado forced all the way back to Chichizola. Valencia still perhaps working out what the future holds as well for Nani. Officially out tonight with a knee injury. There's talk that Fenerbahce want the Portugal international back on loan, having sold him to Valencia last summer for anywhere between 7 and 8 million euros, but no official word on whether Marcelino sees him as part of his plans or not this campaign as yet. Still a couple of weeks to go, of course, or perhaps just under 2 weeks of the transfer window still remaining, as Jonathan Vieira picks it up. Valencia with a lot of bodies back, and the tactic works as Rodrigo intercepted. Now Zaza moves away from Vieira and rolls it back to Ruben Bethon, receives a round of applause, and this is good one-touch passing to bring it out. Garay this time finding Nacho Vidal with a pass that doesn't ping off his knees. Zaza holds it up, just caught by Tanner. Zaza walks away from it, no complaints on that occasion. Play continues. Valencia now moving across the left of their midfield. Dani Parejo to the feet of Garay. Fans making a lot of noise away to the right, and it's spreading around the stadium, something that has been missing for the last couple of years. Certainly songs of support, plenty of voices of dissent here at Mestalla over what's been going on. That's a good ball out wide, offside. Flag goes up, well drilled Las Palmas there. If they're going to achieve anything in this second half, it's to keep the scoreline at 1-0 and perhaps try and nick a goal. Oh dear, that is tight. I don't think he's offside there at all. Bigas in the centre was the first to applaud, was keeping him on. It was a difficult job being a linesman. Probably not the first time I've heard a commentator or anyone in football say that, but nevertheless that looked like a very tight call indeed. On we go though. Las Palmas trying to clear their lines, playing with fire somewhat. Out wide to Bigas, is closed down by Zaza, all getting slightly panicked as Cancelo takes it away from Castellano, and then his pass into the centre, neither here nor there, in front of Parejo. And there's the free kick. And Las Palmas can just breathe slightly more easily. Professional foul, stopping Las Palmas from breaking. And here is Vitolo taking on the Nacho Vidal. And he has to show what he's made of, having impressed so often at Sevilla, now signing for Atletico de Madrid. Sevilla slightly irked by the fact that he's been loaned off to Las Palmas, but Las Palmas delighted with the decision, and perhaps Manolo Marquez hoping that Vitolo will be a real influence. He's only here until the end of December. Only here, when I say here, he's only at Las Palmas, of course. And here he is on the ball, flicking it inside to Jonathan Vieira. Vieira edging past one, trying to go past two, gets it out wide to Vitolo. His attempted cross is beaten down at the first time of asking, and then Garay gets all his neck muscles under that, clears it away to this near side. Jonathan Vieira once again, Vitolo on the ball once more. Again, Valencia applying good pressure to the ball. Rodrigo tracking back. Rodrigo Moreno Machado, born in Rio de Janeiro, moved to Galicia in his teens. Started his career with Celta de Vigo before moving on to Real Madrid. Ball played in, a knockdown from Tanner, in the direction of Cayeri, and it runs all the way through to Neto. And last season certainly was a tempestuous one, let's say, for Valencia. Paco Ayestaran was sacked on the 20th of September, with Valencia sitting in 20th position, having lost all 4 of their opening league games before the former Italian coach Cesare Prandelli took over. He resigned just 10 games in, having been unable to win his last 7 before stepping down during the Christmas holidays, and Vorro then took the reins. First time he'd ever been named as coach after 4 spells as interim manager. Did enough to lift Valencia away from the bottom 3 to relative safety in 12th with 46 points. Far more expected this year, as Medran just turned on the edge of the area, gave up possession. Now Vieira, good control, and then foul, and the ball kicked away. Carlos Soler, last time that happened in the first half, the referee said warned. It was Medran on that occasion. This time Carlos Soler gets another look from Gil Manzano. Thankfully no free kick for kicking the ball away. I think he knew though that the free kick had been awarded. Took a swing at goal. 12 minutes in, Valencia playing against 10 men, not really imposing themselves as yet. Looking to go for, but you can see limited options. Valencia were closing down well with, well, Las Palmas had 11. Now that Las Palmas have got 10, they're finding full momentum. There's an even shorter supply. That's a good ball, whipped into feet. Tanner plays it upfield. Good interchange of passes with Bitolo. Once again, Bitolo now taking up a more central role. Good interplay between he and Kayeri. Bitolo just at the last has it taken off his foot. That was a good attack though from Las Palmas, but now perhaps Valencia can start the ball rolling. João Cancelo goes through and he's onside, takes it away from Dani Castellano, and then eventually at the second time of asking, fires against the legs of the keeper, still not clear, hooked up and away. Dani Castellano did well to get the sliding challenge in. Cancelo had a second bite to the cherry, and now shot from distance, but that goes up and into the fans away to the right. Valencia beginning to really threaten. Very good vision there from Zaza. Well executed. Dani Castellano didn't give up the chase, and there's the slide, although really didn't have to slide. It wasn't a good pass. I think Cancelo was trying to find Rodrigo. Yes, most certainly. Almost hit Castellano, although all credit to him for staying alert. And a good stop, falling in the opposite direction from Chichithola at the end. 10 shots to 2. Still only 1-0. Not the first time I've said that. Chichithola just given a nudge by Cancelo. So it will be a free kick to Las Palmas. Perhaps Manolo Marquez slightly more cheerful about what he's seeing in the second half from his charges here, because they are certainly putting up a fight, it has to be said. And the ball down that right hand side. David Simon turning away from one, then another. No flag from the linesman, so Palmas continue to have possession. Good ball, not a good ball, looking for Bitolo. Thought it was going to just up to the illusion from up here. Just 2 weekends of football before the international break, of course. Next week, Las Palmas play their first home game of the season when Atletico de Madrid visit. They'll be hoping to impress in that one, no doubt. And Valencia face perhaps one of their, well, I think probably their toughest game of the season when they travel to Santiago Bernabéu on Sunday. Zaza down the left of the area, good block tackle, picked up by Gaia, continues to try and get past Chimo Navarro, and it came off the face of the 27-year-old Las Palmas defender. Let's have a look here. He looked initially, he was holding his face. Let's have a see which part of his anatomy. Hit straight in the forehead. Oof, dear, oh dear. Could be more serious. He seems to be okay though. The Valencia fans there, when they are behind the team, it really is an imposing noise for visiting teams to Mestalla. When they're against their team, it's an imposing noise for the home team, but this season, as I say, a real feeling of promise and excitement around the camp as Cancelo picks it up around 25 yards from goal. Thought he might have a pop, plays it into Rodrigo, flicks it up and over, but just can't draw it back for Zaza. Applause from the Italian for the intent. And the edge into the final half an hour of action here in game 2 of La Liga Santander. Valencia 1, Las Palmas 0. Leandro Chichithola, former River and Spezia goalkeeper, will take this right-footed, fairly central. High ball looking for Bitolo. Medran got in there and just nudged it back to Nacho Vidal. Still no changes made by either side as Jonathan Vieira wants to move away from Medran. I've got to say my half-time, I wouldn't say prediction, but perhaps thought that Zaza and Dani Parejo have to be careful, having picked up yellow cards. The entire Valencia team seemed to have calmed down ever so slightly, with Marcelino just advised them not to do anything too rash. Everything's in their favour at the moment as the visitors receive the ball one by one, look up, and usually are left with only one viable, maybe two viable options every time they try and move forward. And dangerous play here. This time Chimo Navarro manages to escape. Rodrigo did drag him over, according to the referee. And Lemos out wide to Bitolo. Have to go backwards from here. Does so too. There was a skillful Jonathan Vieira when he and Roque Mesa were in the midfield. It really was a real sight for sore eyes watching those two flick the ball around and play. High ball upfield. Cagliari did indeed meet it. I'm just wondering if we will get to see the returning Sergio Araujo in action. He's on the bench, having been loaned out in January to AEK. Nicolo picks it up. Las Palmas just feel perhaps they can do something. Here's Jonathan Vieira, whips it in straight at Neto. Really, Valencia will have to move up a gear. Just a bit relaxed. Short pass from Parejo, picked up well. Madran wasn't able to reach it in the end. Tolo found Jonathan Vieira, and he shot fairly central. Zaza landing perhaps on the leg of Pedro Bigas. He stays down. Back on his feet now, looking to be looks okay as Manuel Marquez has Juan Carlos Valerón as his assistant. Former Las Palmas man, of course, local lad, made his name with Deportiva de La Coruña. Zaza again having words with Jonathan Vieira. Zaza really is something of a character. Often plays to the limit. Whether he can be the man who finds the net on 20+ occasions for Valencia this season. They really do need an out-and-out goal.